What's up, guys? Blockstar TV here with Trey Ivory. Let everybody know where you from.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, Funky Town to be exact, south side of Fort Worth, Highland Hills, Texas.
All right. So, I know you're an entrepreneur. You've been doing it for what? For the last year and a half, maybe 2 years?
Going on 3 years, yeah.
Okay, going on 3 years. So, how did you get your concept idea about the business that you're in?
Well, all first started off with, me having bad credit. I actually started off looking into actually getting my credit fixed because, me as an uneducated, young person coming out the game, we don't get taught those values. So, I definitely wanted to see how about getting my credit fixed. But then when I did some extra research on how to get my credit fixed, that actually to where I can actually help people, especially like young, uneducated, African Americans, older African Americans too as well, on how to actually get their credit fixed, somewhere where they can go as a reliable source. And that's where I actually started my own credit business to where I'm actually educating people, not other than just fixing their credit, but educating them on how to actually get their finances right, how to actually fix their credit, how to build a credit. So that's basically where I started at, and then I transitioned over into the investment game too, where I had that as another stream of income, and we can get and further into that later on down the line as well.
Okay. So, what all services do you offer with your credit repair that comes with everything?
Got you. So with the credit repair service, I offer credit repair, of course, but not other than that, I have other services, 12 other services. I have also identity monitoring. Definitely when you're getting your credit fixed and your score going up, you want to make sure that you're being protected. There's a whole lot of hackers out there that is looking to use somebody's information for their identity. The second, I offer a credit attorney service. So if any violations that my clients are not aware of, I'm going to let them know those violations from those original creditors so they can actually, fight that in court or actually fight that to get that disputed off their credit even faster. Also have will and trust. Also have the plan that's called to where you can actually get your will instated to where you can actually have that, notified and yeah, dang, I messed up.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
gonna keep
okay.
going. I'm gonna keep going. But it's actually to where you can get that notarized. But also we have a service to where you can actually have a customer portal to where you can log in and see where you can actually see what I'm doing. Also see your own progress over time. So with those services, I actually offer that. Not knowing that you actually have that service along with your getting your credit repaired.
Okay. So, where did you get your first few customers?
Actually, my few first customers, it's been a while. I have a ton of customers, but my first actually real customer, it actually came from social media. Not to be exact. I told close friends and family, but I got my first customer off of social media.
Okay. So, what you think as on an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur yourself, do believe that social media is more important than word of mouth, or you think both of them go hand in hand?
Man, to be exact, social media is definitely where you need to network at. It's a day and change. It's like it's word of mouth, but also it's through what we're on daily. Like you go through, like say you out and about and everything like that, and you on the highway and you driving, you pass the billboard, you see the billboard, but are you gonna acknowledge it? Probably not.
Right.
Probably half the time. Are you gonna remember that? You're not. So definitely social media. We're on it every day. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. That's definitely different ways of networking with different people to actually catch people's attention on. Cause that's what we're on mostly on our phones is social media. That's what took over the marketing side. So definitely that if I was an entrepreneur that's looking to grow their business, definitely there's different ways that you can grow it by social media, by ads, shareable comments and statuses. You can have other people, friends and family share your information that you're not even plugged in with, and they can see your information off of somebody else's as well. But also you have YouTube. YouTube is definitely a way that you can brand yourself. That's a worldwide platform. So definitely word of mouth marketing is slowly going on to social media. It's not going into in person because each day, the old fashioned ways of network marketing is basically getting overlooked by the social media brand. And that's why I figure where key success is definitely online. That's where I have most of my success at. And I see a whole lot of business partners and people that I look up to and admire. That's where they have their most success is at social media.
Okay. So, do you work locally or are you national?
Really, I call myself international, just because, like I said, I only don't have my credit business, but I have my investment business. So I do a whole lot of clientele outside of the credit business, outside of the local Texas area, but also with my investment business and trading. I definitely work with people in Australia, Europe, New York, California, Chicago, all over. So basically, starting off in the Dallas, Texas area, in the Fort Worth area, it then grew outside of that area, and that's what I love about it. You networking with different cultures, different states, different people that not even know you from a can of paint, but at the end of the day, they see the value in your business. They also seeing the value in what you're offering too as well, and then once you get that quality of service, not over how many people I done have came into business, not over quantity, but it's that quality service, especially for a black-owned business. A lot of people shy away from that because of the reputation behind the poor service. So my job is every single day is try to develop that quality service to where it meets that people expectation to keep on coming back and get referrals. Definitely opening up new doors. So you definitely want to make sure when you're going into business entrepreneur lifestyle and you want to grow your business outside your local area, make sure that quality of service is basically key to your success.
Okay. So, with the whole investing side, what made you choose to start getting into the Forex side of investing and trading?
Well, that's perfect because I'm already in the financial lane and in the credit side. I wanted to have something similar that's still in the financial lane because that's what I love about it. Kind of even though I don't know why I'm in it because in school I was horrible in math class, but for some reason I don't even use half the math terminology in it. But I like the fact that you can actually help people in the financial lane more than I think any other lane that's actually going to impact their lives. So with me going into the credit business and seeing my business flourish as well, but there's always going to be times to where even though I'm working for myself, you still got to have clientele. People going to always need to get their credit fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's going to be day to day, actually going and get that credit repair service. So you have to realize, like, okay, my business might be slow, but if you're going to be an entrepreneur or a business owner, you got to have that multiple streams of income. So
Right.
when I got presented this opportunity about Forex and investments on how to trade, it's basically telling you how to grow your money, how to actually multiply your money over time. Let your money work for you and not you working for that money. That you're working for at a job or working for yourself. Like I said, if you don't have clientele for like credit clients or you don't have clientele for a barber to cut hair, you definitely ain't gonna make no money. So why not have a different stream of income to where I can actually trade, multiply my money, make money daily in the market without even speaking to anybody or relying on that person. So at the end of the day, I chose that as my second stream of income to where if business is low on the credit side, I still have my investment business to, still make money on a daily basis or a weekly basis. So, that's what I have for you guys. Like, definitely don't just rely on one stream of income if it's a job or even if it's just one business. There's always a vehicle to get you to the next space.
Right. So, what are some of the mistakes that you could probably give to the world to kind of not get them to make the same mistakes you made when you first started out?
Okay. I got three. I just want to start off with the first one is basically like rushing your success. That's the number one thing. That's what I see a lot through any business, any artist or anything that you're doing that's you trying to do for yourself and earn additional income. Don't rush your success. Just because you see somebody over here that started at the same time as you, and they actually catapult and they ahead and they seeing more success, and you just getting your wheels turning and you starting to rolling out and you barely seeing any results. Take your time because that person's goal is different from yours. Everybody got the same goal but don't have the same, success that they want to see. Everybody's success is different. Your success can be to where you want to make a couple thousand. Somebody else's success want to be where they want to be a six-figure earner or a millionaire. You all depends on your own goal, your own marathon, your own race. Because at the end of the day, you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else that you're looking for. So that's number one. Number two is definitely showing that consistency. If you're being consistent every single day, in and out, week to week, month to month, of course, for you being a business owner, entrepreneur, they want to see. A lot of people want to see, oh, how long this person is going to do this for, how much of a certain time, or is this a phase, or is they really giving out the valuable information and seeing good results. Some people want to see how this is all going to pan out. So definitely if you've been consistent and people seeing your growth over time, and not just just the good side, but I like to show the good and the bad, because I want people to be in on the behind the scenes movement. Because if all they see is success, and good information behind it, and not the hard work behind it, then they're gonna assume that anybody can do it, which is not true. So you gotta definitely let people in on the consistency on what you're doing behind the scenes as well. And the last one is number 3, and that's basically saying to where the service and the leadership role step in. And that's why I feel like you got to be definitely A1 and 100% with your clients or with your potential business owners, and let them know the ins and out of it. Don't just skip over certain stuff, only the good parts, and they get into business with you, or they do business with you, and they not seeing what they thought they would see on the other end. But also that service, no matter what, you definitely want to make sure that person is taken care of, or you want to make sure that business partner is set up for that's the same success as you, and not just for yourself.
Okay. So, what are some of your success habits?
My success habits?
Yeah.
I would say basically just going over my daily routine. I basically got to have a set schedule. And once I actually do that on a daily basis, that was going to help me grow from myself and learn from myself. Say, for instance, my success habit is to where, like, I'm making sure I'm going over consistently what I'm doing wrong or what I can do better. But also look at it as my clients. If they have results, I want to make sure they're actually getting the right information. We going over that, we're consulting with them. Or say, for instance, if I'm trading and I didn't meet my weekly goal, I'm gonna go back and study, or I'm gonna go back and look at my information and see what I can do to improve into that success rate that I want, or that percentage rate or goal that I want. Because if you set your goal higher than what you have, I tell people a lot of time, if you don't meet it, at least you put your standards high and beyond. At least you will come close to it and not underestimate your own goals. And that's why I feel like a lot of people do. They set the realistic goal, which is really what everybody wants. It's a realistic goal. I mean, if you being realistic, then you definitely want the higher dreams. Say, for instance, like you want to make 6 figures within a year. That's not always possible, but if you set that by heart and you attack it every single day, and you be consistent with it, that's going to create a success habit to where you on your grind harder than ever. Every single day you give 100%. So you want to create that as a success habit instead of a lazy habit.
Right. So, outside of the credit repair and the forex trading, is there any other market that you're trying to get your hands on?
Really, right now, I really already thought about it, and my third and last stream of income is going to be real estate. That's why I'm building my capital in with the investment in forex trading. Is I'm building my capital up, I'm compounding, and I'm stacking my money for that reason. Because when you tap into real estate, it's a whole different ball game. Especially with this pandemic going on, we don't know if the market's gonna go up or sideways or down. So you definitely want to be prepared for that moment. And definitely that's another stream of income to where it's residually. If people don't know what residual income, that's money you making in your sleep. And if you got property or land and you renting it out, or you just have land to where people is actually renting from you, or doing some type of business on it, that's extra money that you can come in without even going to that place or clocking in or making sure you micromanage or something. That's something that's basically money that you making over time in your sleep. And I call that pajama money too, guys, because that's basically what it is residual income. We have residual bills. Why not have money that you making in your sleep? Because if you got residual bills every single month, like rent, light bill, car note, all that's coming in every single month, why not have a residual income to take over those residual bills. If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes very perfect sense. One thing I have noticed that every business that you have, they're all going hand in hand some type of way. Because the credit, you got to have good credit to be able to buy your house, buy that dream car that you want, as well as investing, which is pretty much you flipping your money for you to buy the real estate. It all correlates together. I see what you did there. Okay. Is there anything that you're willing to do for the local community?
As always, I talked to my business partner James Elms, and I talked to also this guy Amir Johnson and Nathaniel Sander, and they all work for a nonprofit. Back when I was actually, I don't know if you've seen it, but back on YouTube, it's like I actually gave out a pair of J's to an unfortunate kid, and he was happy. Ever since that day, I've been wanting to give back, but I didn't have the exact money. I had like a little bit of money at the time, but that kind of felt good to where I want to do more in my community. So with me having these streams of income and my business is flourishing to where I want to be at, this coming year or after this situation over with, I want to start, my own, actually traditional lane to where I do like back to school events, or I do like Christmas events to where I'm giving back to the unfortunate kids and the homeless, around those times, because I feel like a lot of people is not genuinely going out there and helping. You see, little specks of people every here and there and all that, but if people would just rely on just making money and helping people impact their lives by making money, that's all good and dandy, but if you're not giving back to your community where you started at, because everybody's not going to be an entrepreneur, everybody's not going to do business with you, so if they can see at least you doing some type of value in your community, that speaks word, especially where we come from. A lot of people hold that accountable, so you don't want to be on top of in Cali and you from Fort Worth and you making $6 figures to $1 million and you're not even coming back to your hometown to help out in your community. And I feel like, where I was born and raised, I feel like that's what we need, and that's what we still need to this day. So my goal is to have that by at least 2021 or late this year as well. So stay tuned on that, because I might have something in the bag for that.
Okay. So, for everybody that don't know, we pretty much went to high school together. So, are you thinking about going back to Southwest and speaking to the kids there about basically, especially the seniors, because the stuff that we know now, we didn't know back then. So is that something you're thinking about doing, or has it ever crossed your mind?
It always crossed my mind. My friend Brian Humphrey, he actually a motivational speaker. He actually wanted me to go speak at the schools, and I just never had that time to actually go back, but I really actually want to go back to the school, just because I know that the fact that if the system is still like how it was when we was in school, and I'm pretty sure it's been